Most people believe that successful entrepreneurs are born with a brilliant idea, a moment of genius, or a stroke of luck. But John Mullins, one of the world's most respected entrepreneurship researchers, says something very different. Success doesn't come from ideas alone. It comes from solving real problems. It comes from testing assumptions. It comes from learning faster than your competition. Over the next 30 minutes, you're going to hear 6 of the most powerful principles that define successful entrepreneurs. These insights come from Mullins' decades of research, his work with thousands of founders, and the real stories of entrepreneurs who built businesses that lasted. Whether you're planning to start a business, already building one, or simply want to understand what separates winners from everyone else, this message will give you the mindset and strategies to succeed. Let's begin. Tip 1. Start with a customer. Problem, not an idea. Entrepreneurs often start with excitement. They come up with an idea that feels unique, clever, or exciting. They imagine how big it could become. They picture success long before they've even spoken to a single customer. But according to John Mullins, this is one of the biggest traps in entrepreneurship. Because ideas are not the foundation of successful businesses. Problems are. Every lasting business begins with a customer who is struggling, a customer who is frustrated, a customer who wishes something was easier, faster, cheaper, or more convenient. Great entrepreneurs don't ask, "What can I build?" They ask, "What needs to be fixed?" This single shift changes everything. When you start with a problem, you anchor your business in reality. You're no longer guessing what people want. You're identifying needs that already exist. Look around your daily life. Every frustration is an opportunity waiting to be explored. Slow processes, confusing systems, overpriced services. These are invitations for innovation. Talk to people. Ask them what they struggle with. Ask what takes too long. Ask what they wish someone would improve. Listen deeply. Listen without trying to sell your idea. Just listen. Because once you find a real problem, you're already halfway to a valuable business. Tip 2. Test your idea in the real world. Once you discover a problem worth solving, most people want to start building immediately. They want to create a product, build a website, design a logo, and launch everything at once. But Mullins teaches something crucial. Don't build. Test. Testing means taking small steps that give you real data. Not opinions, not guesses, not what you or your friends think, but what real customers actually do. Real-world testing might mean interviewing potential customers. It might mean showing them a sketch or early prototype. It might mean asking them to try a basic version. It could even be a simple landing page with a button that says, "Learn more," just to measure interest. The goal is not perfection. The goal is learning. And the faster you learn, the faster you can correct your assumptions. Most startups fail not because the founders were lazy, not because the idea was terrible, but because they built something the world did not want. Testing protects you from wasting years of your life. It saves you money. It gives you clarity. It helps you understand what customers are willing to pay for, not just what they say they like. Remember this: people lie with their words, but they tell the truth with their actions. Watch what customers do. Do they click? Do they sign up? Do they pre-order? Do they pay? Real-world testing turns your idea into a validated opportunity grounded in actual demand. Tip 3. Use the 7-domain framework. Even if you find a problem and test your idea, you still need to understand the bigger picture. The world around your business, the market, the industry, the competition, and your own team all play a major role in determining success. This is where Mullins' 7-domain framework becomes a powerful tool. It helps you evaluate your opportunity from every angle so you can see strengths, risks, and potential before committing fully. Let's break it down. The first domain is market attractiveness. Is the market growing? Are there enough potential customers? Is the space expanding or shrinking? The second domain is market segments. Which specific group of people are you targeting? The more precise your segment, the easier it is to win. The third domain is industry forces. Are you entering a highly competitive space? Are there big players who can crush you? Is the industry friendly to new entrants? The fourth domain is sustainable advantage. What makes you different? What prevents competitors from copying you? The fifth domain is the team's mission and aspirations. Are you committed? Do you have the drive to pursue the opportunity? The sixth domain is the team's ability to execute. Do you have the skills, knowledge, and connections to make it happen? And the seventh domain is connectedness. How strong are your relationships with suppliers, partners, mentors, and customers? When you examine all seven domains, you get a complete view of your opportunity. You see what is promising and what needs work. You identify strengths to build on and weaknesses to fix. This framework helps you avoid running into hidden dangers. It prevents you from entering markets that are too small, too slow, or too competitive. And it increases your chances of building something that can truly scale. Tip 4. Let customers fund your business. There's a common belief that you need investors to start a business, that you need to pitch angel investors or venture capitalists before you can begin. But John Mullins challenges this idea. He says, let customers fund your business. This means generating revenue early. It means building models that create cash flow first, instead of depending on outside money. There are many ways to do this. You can collect pre-orders. You can use subscription models. You can get customers to pay in advance for a service or product. You can create small, simple versions of your offering that bring in early revenue. When customers willingly pay before you scale, you gain 3 advantages. First, you validate demand. If someone pays, they truly want what you offer. Second, you maintain control. You don't need investors telling you what to do or how to grow. Third, you reduce risk. Revenue becomes your investor, not a loan, not debt, and not equity you have to give away. Many famous businesses started this way. They didn't wait for capital. They earned it, and the customers themselves became the fuel for growth. This is one of Mullins' most empowering lessons. You don't need permission to start. You need customers. Tip 5. Build a business model that works. A business is not an idea. A business is a system, a machine that creates value and earns more money than it spends. To succeed, you must understand your business model deeply, not superficially, not roughly, deeply. This includes understanding your value proposition. What exactly do customers gain from you? Why should they choose you over alternatives? You must understand your cost structure. How much does it cost to produce, deliver, and support your product or service? You must understand customer acquisition. How do customers find you? How much do you spend to attract each one? You must understand your margins. How much do you keep after delivering your product? You must understand repeat behavior. Do customers come back? Do they refer others? And you must understand lifetime value. How much revenue will a typical customer generate over the time they stay with you? When these numbers make sense, your business becomes predictable. It becomes scalable. It becomes sustainable. Many entrepreneurs fail because they don't understand their own numbers. They guess instead of calculate. They hope instead of measure. But great entrepreneurs know exactly how their business works, and because they know their numbers, they can make decisions with confidence. Tip 6. Stay coachable and always learning. The final principle may be the most important of all. Stay coachable. Stay curious. Stay open. Entrepreneurs often fall into the trap of believing they already know the answers. But the truth is, no one has all the answers. Markets change, customers change, technology changes, competition changes. The only entrepreneurs who thrive long-term are the ones who continuously learn, adapt, improve, and evolve. Being coachable means welcoming feedback, listening before speaking, asking questions without ego, pivoting when the data demands it, seeking mentors who challenge your thinking, surrounding yourself with people who push you to grow. Curiosity is your superpower. Curiosity helps you discover insights others miss. Curiosity turns mistakes into lessons. Curiosity keeps you moving forward when others stop. Entrepreneurship is not about being perfect, it's about becoming better every day. A coachable entrepreneur is unstoppable